say, take my yoke, because my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Now what happens, a lot of us Christians want to be Christians, somebody say we should be a Christian, is that we try to handle it all. And we can't. We drop the ball. We try to handle everything, and then we get mad at ourselves because we dropped the ball. We say, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have dropped the ball on that. But you were trying to do too much. You were exhausted. And you find yourself,
same thing with my dad.
you know, you find yourself exhausted. So where do you get rest? When you're tossing and turning at night, where do you get rest?
That's why there's power in prayer.
Yes.
Start praying and all of a sudden.
Yeah, right. That prayer. That prayer. Calling on Him. And you see how quickly you get rest. But we know that we're tired. We know we're tired physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Because they're always coming at us. The daily grind, you know, the spiritual grind, the emotional grind, and that's just one day. And you deal with this every day. Some days it's more physical. Some days it's more spiritual. Some days it's more emotional. And the worst day is when all of them are high. And we forget, well, let me back up. We choose not to call on God. Because if we ask God for rest, He may tell us to sit down and shut up. And all of that you thought was important, that needed to get done, you said, well, it won't get done. God said, yeah. That's right. Yeah, Albert.
Pastor, you would just say, he says something about power of prayer. You're right.
Right.
And he's right too. Because my dad there, he sleeps all day long, and he don't know why he sleeps all day long like that. He just likes to sleep so much, and it's just, he says it's like impossible, and he was at home, and the first thing he thought he had a heart attack, went to the hospital, so he was there for like 2 days, and he was like sleeping and sleeping, and now they put him in another place.
Are you praying for your father?
Not really, but I got to start praying for him because you know why? Because he sleeps too much, he told me, way too much.
You need to pray for him, Albert.
Yeah, and he really needs a lot of prayer, and power of prayer to let him stop from sleeping so much.
Yeah, the power of prayer. So,
That's what he needs.
if we are tired, physically, and I know we are, spiritually, especially if you are a Christian, want to be Christian, somebody say you should be a Christian. There's a spiritual. And then there's emotional. If you don't think it's emotional, have a family. They'll take you through all the emotions.
Right now, I know he's sleeping.
And you're tired. And you look up and you say, I got all this to do. And you're just tired. Physically, emotionally, and spiritually. That means there's something deep down inside. It's not right. It's not right. Number 6, I am aware of an underlying irritability and restlessness just beneath the surface of my life. In other words, I'm going through the day, but I'm irritable and I'm restless. But yet I'm doing my Christian stuff, but I know the slightest thing will trigger me.
Been there, done that. Been there, done
Been there, done that.
I think we all have.
Yeah, and I think we all have that we know that we're doing, but it just something under my skin that I don't know why I'm irritable. I don't know why I'm restless.
Because you're trying to do something, you keep getting interrupted with other things that aren't as important.
Right.
You stop to take care of them instead of doing what you were supposed to be doing in the first place.
In the first place.
So it makes you irritable.
And what you're supposed to be doing is what God calls you to do. And do you know that what God calls you to do is the easiest thing you can do? It is that hard stuff that we put on ourselves that we know that we can't get done. We don't get done. And we feel bad because we wanted to do that. But what God calls us to do is done. And you know what? And you know what? That when God calls you to do something, sometimes it takes all day. You don't get a chance to do the stuff that you felt was important. And then you get irritable and restless because you said, I got so much to do. I had 5 things to do and I only did 1 thing today and it took all day. You know what I say that,
It ties in with the next one.
that 15-minute job turns into 3 hours. 15-minute job, 3 hours, 2 trips to the parts store, and nothing works. Done been there.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
I said, this is a 15-minute job. Let me go ahead on and do this. 3 hours later,
They gave me the wrong part.
yeah, 3 hours later, 2 trips to
Gave me
the
the wrong
parts store,
part.
my dad is
and
falling apart.
it still ain't working. It still ain't working.
Just like falling apart.
And I realized that sometimes that it's me. It's something in our soul. It's something in our soul.